Thanks for joining me today for another devotion. While my kids were growing up, and particularly when they were small, they'd come to me with their desire to go to the store and buy a toy or a piece of clothing. And I would always ask them to think about it for 2 weeks. And if they still wanted it after 2 weeks, then we'd go to the store with their money and purchase that. But more times than not, by the time that 2 weeks came by, they had either forgotten about that desire or they had come up with another idea that they wanted more. That was my way to teach them patience. And most of the time, it worked. We're not a patient society. We want everything at our fingertips now. We'll throw something in the microwave and have something to eat now. Or we'll go through the drive-through restaurant and have a meal now. And now that Amazon's distribution center is just up the road, we're going to have our deliveries nearly now. Well, maybe you're like me. You impatiently wait for the produce out in your garden to ripen. Like my grapes here. I've been watching them all summer, and some of them I've eaten as they've ripened, but they're not all ready yet. And I'm impatient, and I'm hoping that the birds won't come along and pluck them up before I can pick them. The Bible addresses us being patient and waiting on the Lord in the book of James. It says, "Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is soon." They say impatience stems from being too busy, being unorganized, or operating under a poor time management plan. But right now, our current impatience may be due to the effects of the coronavirus, which is altering our lives, sometimes on a daily basis. But longing for Christ's return during this time of suffering is like those here in the book of James that James spoke of. They were suffering and they were longing for Jesus' return. So be patient, as the scripture says. Stand firm. Do not waver, for the Lord will return and He'll honor our steadfastness. Don't let anything come and pluck you away before the Lord returns. Don't let any person or any situation come and pluck you away. Like the birds, they come and pluck my grapes. They pluck them away before they're ready for harvest. Don't let that happen to you. Be like the farmers who watch over their fields while waiting for their crops to get to the right moisture count so they can harvest them. Or be like those who work in the vineyards, who patiently wait for their grapes to ripen. Be patient in your difficulties and your daily struggles. Jesus will return one day, and He'll reward those of us who are prepared and patiently waiting for His return. Be patient.